Finally got some rest, so I thought what we'd do today is take the bicycle from my friend's apartment here and let's go all around Paris, seeing some of your favorite things and some of my favorite things. Okay, so away we go. We start in the 11th arrondissement of Paris, checking the bike. Out the apartment of my friend Melindy and Tina's, who let me stay. Gorgeous, gorgeous day in Paris. First up, actually just around the corner from the apartment, Chez Aline, this fantastic little sandwich shop that used to serve horse meat, which is still, that's not horse meat, that's ham, but horse meat is still quite popular in Paris. Beautiful day around the police because most streets, not most streets, some streets are, oh, dropped the bag there. Most streets are closed off. Some streets are closed off, I should say. Anyway. Our next stop, hardly a happy one, but one that most people don't even realize. You see this little intersection here? Notice anything strange about the gray marks, those things right there? Well, that used to hold a guillotine. That's right. Paris's favorite way of ending one, right there. Living history. Actually, the last public execution was in the late 1930s. Christopher Lee, the actor, was 17 years old. He was actually there. Interesting life, that guy. But we think that the guillotine was that long ago. In fact, the guillotine, the last time it was used in France, Star Wars was showing down the street, 1977. So, speaking of death, there's Père Lachaise, the cemetery. We're not going to go to that today. Just that would be, in itself, an entire video. But we're here. We're far east of the city, and tight squeeze through here, and I don't know, some sort of protest. I assume it's France. But we come to my favorite cafe, and this is a cafe that my friend Jess introduced me to, Le Pure Cafe, the best cafe in Europe, best cafe in Paris. Look at this interior, the kindest people, always quiet. Oh, hey there, with the look. And it's actually where they shot Before Sunset as well. So definitely go to Le Pure. We have a quick coffee, turn around, and away we go. We've got a lot to do today. Let's see if I can get through this in one take. Also, audio recording. Sorry about that. Almost hit some people. What a city. Look at these skies. It could not have been a prettier day in Paris. Now we arrive at one of my favorite bars, Le Baron Rouge. A lot of people there today because it was a Sunday and it was gorgeous, but I've spent far too many hours in this. Local, you can buy wine, take it away. It's still incredibly affordable. My friend Melindy and Jean-Louis and I were just there. But anyway, back on the streets. It's not time to tell all your stories, Eric. That's a one-way. That's a nasty look for me going on the one-way. And we're now at Nation, I believe. I could have spent a bit more time back there. Sorry about that. But like I said, places to go, somewhat empty streets, little markets on the left of us, side streets. Watch the dog, Eric. Watch the... Ooh. Now, we are getting closer to the Notre Dame, okay? But we stopped at a Hotel des Suns. Hotel des Suns, interesting history right there on the wall. A cannonball from the Revolution of 1830. Interesting. Read about it. Oh, sorry. Oh, really with the wrong ways. That's all right. It's just the French were upsetting. Perpetually upset. Anyway, we arrive also now here at Hotel de Ville. Hotel de Ville, all in French, means City Hall. Very pretty. We turn around, go through this because it makes me feel victorious. And that is a big dude on a little bike. Excuse me. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, family. Sorry. Oops, sorry. Yep, wrong. Wow. Really behaving like the French today. These scenes, just these gorgeous, beautiful, it's good posture. And I just got passed by two people. And that car tried to, yep, let's take a left here, and getting a little crowded. So let's turn off. Let's take a left, and just, oof, Eric. Sorry. And we are now headed to, like I said, some personal places, some popular places you want to see if you've never been to Paris or if you want to revisit. You know where we're going now. This is kind of the inner courtyard of a famous spot. And through this famous spot, what was once known as the scar on the face of Paris. Oh, look at this happy couple. Love Paris. I really hope they trip or get overcharged for a coffee or something. Yuck. Anyway, IMP's controversial design. Beautiful surroundings, though. But we're on a bike ride today, so we go. That's not the Arc de Triomphe we're going under. That's a mini Arc de Triomphe. The Jardin des Tuileries, I believe. Everybody outside selling their wares. Crowded. Let's see if I can get through this without hitting anyone. Okay. Famous little fountain there. Now, no laughing at the lady getting her picture taken on the chair. Why? Because I once got my picture taken by Jess, my friend, on the chair in a beret. Don't know how I pulled that off. Perhaps I didn't. I believe this is called the Place du Concorde. 3,000-year-old gift from Egypt there. The obelisk. And the Fontaine des Mers, M-E-R-S, I think gorgeous. Probably the best fountain in the city, if I'm being honest. And from here, if we take a left, that puts us on the Champs-Élysées, also blocked off today, meaning we get to get up close and personal with the Arc de Triomphe, like really up close and personal. Let's see if I can do this without getting hit. Hard left, please. Thank you. You know it's bad if I shot the video and I'm getting nervous. Anyway, we're here, so we're far west of the city now. We covered some ground there. So the Arc de Triomphe is behind us, and we might know that little tower. But I want to show you a better way of going to the Eiffel Tower. Too many people when they go to Paris, they walk up. You can see the Eiffel Tower from 30 miles away, okay? What you need to do is go to Trocadero. Trocadero is the subway entrance because then you whip around and there it is. So it's like this grand reveal. So if you're ever showing somebody the Eiffel Tower for the first time, all the way to Trocadero. But it is a marvel. It's contrived, as you might call it. It is incredible to look at. Just don't ask how many bodies are buried beneath the Eiffel Tower. Speaking of tragedies, I now have to carry my bike actually down some stairs, but what a beautiful day. And I love going to touristy spots when it's a beautiful day. People save up their whole lives to get here once, so you see the smiles on their faces when it's sunny. So that's always fun. Anyway, something that nobody ever does, this little bridge just to the right of the Eiffel Tower. If I can walk my bike up it, you can walk it, okay? Through there, look out for joggers. Do you know this bridge? Gorgeous old iron bridge. Aside from it being a beautiful place to take a picture, it's also the bridge from Inception. How about that? Can I use that on YouTube? I don't know if I can get sued. I'm new to this. I hope that doesn't get me sued. Anyway, from here, we're going to, a little side quest, a very quick side quest. We are going to dodge the tourist. We're going to go through this little park. And what's that in the distance? That is a miniature replica of the Statue of Liberty, of which there are 8 in Paris, or 7. I think one's on loan, but a little interesting history there. Back on the Seine now. Look how hard I'm pedaling for you. And, near miss, guy in yellow. A stunning day. The Eiffel towering above us. Let's see if we can get up close to it. You can't get too close to the Eiffel these days. They've got that barricade there on the right. You've got to pay to walk under it, which, fair enough. Anyway, let's go away from this, shall we? On a bike and cameras. So we're going to go towards, okay, we're here. All right, we're here in the city, but we're going to go not too far away from the Eiffel Tower to the street called Avenue de Rap. Avenue de Rap is so many people, most people miss this. The most controversial door in Parisian history, 29 Avenue de Rap. Just type in 29 Avenue de Rap to find out. I'm trying to keep this family friendly. This door created a lot of controversy, but it's like right there behind the Eiffel Tower. Please go visit the famous door and look into the history, 29 Avenue de Rap. But we now head back to the Seine. And you want to complain about all the tourists you have to dodge, but it's the most beautiful Sunday in Paris, and you're one of them, so you can't. Fair play to everybody for getting out, except for the joggers. That's even worse than people in love in Paris. It's people that jog in general, much less in Paris. You might know this bridge, though, Pont Alexander III, arguably the most ornate bridge in the world, definitely the most ornate in Paris. We turn around and we're heading back east down the Seine. More joggers, get out of here. Nice little walking, I forget the name of that bridge. Nice one to walk over. Oh, this guy in the yellow, Mr. Yellow Banana Hands, move. He's even got a yellow water bottle, for God's sakes. Can we get around him? Anyway, let's take a left. So that's kind of heading back towards the Louvre where we were, but we're gonna take a right next around this ridiculous vehicle. And we're going to take another right. And now we're on Pont Neuf, the famous Pont Neuf Bridge. Autobiographically, personally, this is a very special place for me. And I'll tell you why. So if we can get over here to park. Do you see yes, zoom in. There we go. That apartment used to be owned by a friend of mine who rented it to me for $130 a night. I got to stay there for 4 nights. Wasn't that beautiful? You don't get anything for $130, by the way, in Paris. You might know that church. We'll go there. Tell you what, if you make it all the way through this, which is pretty long, I will take you on a tour of the new and improved Notre Dame 2.0. But right now we have to make our way around what is one of the most busiest and tourist intersections in the world. Okay, so Notre Dame to our left, Shakespeare and Company to our right, and look at that line at Shakespeare and Company, guys. It's not worth it anymore just to get a stamp. I mean, thank you for publishing James Joyce's, what did they publish of James Joyce's? I don't remember. Anyway, not worth it. This is, though. This is the prettiest little scene that you can get in the area, that old greenhouse. And if you take a left right around here, it is another perfect photo op. If you can ever find this street empty, which Jess did for another photo of mine. Thank you, Jess, by the way. So many thank yous to Jess. But it's a gorgeous little alleyway. So now we're going to snake our way around, and we're still heading east. This is one of my favorite areas in Paris we're coming up to. It's the Latin Quarter, much in part because the Latin Quarter was when one of my favorite books is set, The Razor's Edge, of which I have numerous copies, and I do suggest you read it. But the Latin Quarter is somehow not far from the Notre Dame, but still wide open. It's still more chill. And we're about to head to one of my favorite areas in the entire world. First, we'll stop here, 74, because back in the day, a guy named Ernest Hemingway lived right there and wrote a book called The Movable Feast. How about that? And right around the corner is my all-time favorite spot in Paris. It's called the Contrescarpe. It's not a square. It's more of a circle. Minimal traffic. Beautiful area. Those used to be bigger trees. They had to cut the trees, trim the trees. But it's quiet, it's great for people watching, and there is one of my favorite cafes, bars, Le Contrescarpe, of which I've spent days. I love this area. If you're looking to sit and loiter, I think Victor Hugo said to sit is to Parisian, or to, I don't know, to cafe, or anyway. That's a place to just kind of sit and flinner, or not flinner, is walking. But anyway, stop talking, Eric. Let's go back down to the Seine, through the Latin Quarter, back on the Seine, and we're going to take a hard right here. I forget the name of this. Get out of here. Move. What are you doing? Lord. Forget the name of this bridge. It's under construction, so it's not very nice. But if you take a right, on the left is a fantastic cafe who does the best ice cream, the best vanilla ice cream you'll ever have in your life. You'll see like the little vanilla pods in there. But we're here for this, which is the best place to sit and have wine, even to this day in Paris. It used to have the perfect view. There's me and Mom and Dad, taken by Jess, of course. And there's Jess and Mark and Enrique, my friends. That was a good day. But it's a perfect place to go down, even though there's still construction going on in the Notre Dame. Take a bottle of wine down there. But we need to head back. We still have some cycling to do. The cobblestones. Cobblestone's one of the reasons I could never live in the U.S. We don't have enough cobblestones. That used to be one of the reasons I couldn't live in the U.S. Changed a bit in the past 5-10 years. But anyway, back on the road, back towards the 11th arrondissement. There's Nation. Again, I wish I could have just rolled the camera for the 5 hours we were out. I wish I didn't have to edit this. I wish I could have just let you see it in real time, because this was so hard and heartbreaking to edit, because it's just, I want to show you Paris. I want you to get a feel for Paris, not just the famous stuff. But anyway, had to be done. It's still pretty long as it is. And we're back in the 11th arrondissement where we started. Tiny squeeze through there. And then we cross the street. And then sadly, we're back home. I mean, not sadly, but it was a great day to be on the bike. There's Melindy and Tina's apartment. Thanks again, ladies, for letting me stay, especially considering it was tiny and I'm coming here with my big old bike. But that was a good tour of Paris. Oh, right. I said if you stayed around, we'd take a visit, a tour of the new 2.0 Notre Dame. The line moves really, really quick. Don't be deterred by the line. Still incredible what they've done. But what they've done is totally different than what it used to be. You know, it used to be very dark, very gray, very moody, and now it's just bright, which is cool, but it's different. And Melindy and I were talking. It was, you know, it's quite special to have seen it before and now, because it is totally different. But what they did with the renovations is just incredible. Renovation's still going on, but they move pretty quick. Hey, take note, Spain, by the way. Finish your old Sagrada Familia. But look at this. We covered a lot of ground today on a fantastic, beautiful Sunday in Paris. Thank you very, very much for coming along. Here's hoping we can do this again someday. Bisous.